Hi everyone, it's Cornisha Syrup again. Um, I want to talk about the reason why my uploads are so infrequent. A lot of people complain in the comment sections, why don't you put out more videos? Why are you so lackluster in the videos that you produce? Why do you not put out any videos at all, almost sometimes for a very long time? For months at a time sometimes. And I think those are reasonable questions and legitimate questions. And also, I get questions as to where did Cornisha go? Is she sick? Is she getting another gender surgery? Is she trying to figure out what her new identity is or what her pronouns are now? And well, yeah, that's part of the reason. I mean, that's part of the reason is also because I'm just always changing my gender. I'm changing my identity. I'm changing my religion and my race and my culture to conform to whatever is the most popular and trendy usually. But sometimes I get a little artistic and creative, which is not a good idea because then people get uncomfortable. You don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. That would be really bad. That would be awful. That's probably the worst thing you could possibly do is making people feel uncomfortable because you say the wrong thing. So, that's another good reason not to make that many videos because the more videos you make, the more likely you are to say something that could make someone uncomfortable. And obviously, there's no way, if you look at all my videos that I've made, I would never, ever in my life say or do anything that would make someone, well, particularly say something that would make someone uncomfortable, in my videos. Because it's just bad. You don't want to say something that could seem like you're you're marginalizing them or you're making them feel less than they are, right? Or making fun of them. That's a really important thing. I hate when people use humor or satire or make anything funny. I think honestly humor should be banned from everything. Humor is evil and awful, and then and it also makes people, you know, makes it easy to, you know, I mean, humor is the reason why a lot of people get uncomfortable at all in a conversation is because once you use humor, then you're just being condescending towards people because you're laughing at them and you're laughing at their ideas. I mean, I had plenty of people laugh at me because I told them that the world is flat, and it's very true. And of course, it's flat. Anyone with a brain knows the world is flat and that transgenders are real, right? And that everyone is a non-binary person and there is no genders. And of course, that the government is taken over by not just reptiles, shapeshifters, but by plenty of aliens and um, conspiracies to create pathogens that could cause psychosis, and it's already happened. So that's why we had the pandemic. So there's many reasons why I don't make a lot of videos, and you could and you have a very good point. I just make 6 or 7 videos a year. 6, 7, 6 or 7, 6 or 7, 6 or 7, 6 or 7. Now, why 6 or 7? because it's not a funny number, you know? And like I said, I avoid humor at all costs, mostly because I'm not funny at all. I mean, I'm just naturally unfunny. I'm just an unfunny, awful, ugly, balding, old, and smelly person. And I'm poor, right? And but I do have millions and trillions of people who watch my videos, so I have to make a video about everything. I mean, not that often, obviously, just 6 or 7 times a year, just so that people don't lose their minds, and the human race doesn't go extinct. Because without my videos, at least 6 or 7 a year, then the world would just the human race would end, right? And everyone knows that. My videos are so incredibly important and insanely useful for everyone in finance, in business, in sports, because I cover everything from recipes and culture, and I cover everything, right? I cover everything. Like in my last video where, you know, I got the exclusive interview with a pigeon that claims that they can fly. How many people can say that they got an interview with a pigeon that can fly? That's ridiculous. You can't do that just because it's impossible for a pigeon to fly, for example. And so if you had that interview, I mean, it just by default makes you insanely and ridiculously important. So I just spend a lot of time perfecting and thinking and clarifying and editing and making sure I have the best equipment, and all my videos are perfect and everything has a script and there's no like spontaneity. Oh, I hate spontaneity. I hate that. Oh, that's the worst thing. Besides humor, it's just so terrible. You should never, ever, ever leave anything up to spontaneity, because then you might make mistakes, and humans are not allowed to make mistakes. It's so horrible. How could you make mistakes, right? I mean, anytime I have a person in my life that makes a single mistake, I never talk to them ever again. I never look at them. I just disgusted by them, because people are not naturally supposed to make mistakes. They're supposed to do everything right, know how to act, know what to say, and know what to think, and know what I'm thinking at every moment, and be able to know what to do whenever I'm thinking it. Like I have literally thousands of friends who literally are telepathic. They hear my thoughts and then they do exactly what I want them to do without me even having to tell them ever. Because if I ever had to talk to them about my problems and what the in some people, they call it communicate with words, that's so ridiculous. No, that's really uncomfortable. Why would you communicate with words? You're supposed to just know what I'm thinking, and then you do what I think, and then you do what I think without me asking, or without me guessing, or without you guessing. You're just supposed to know. So I just think you need to be perfect. You have to be perfect. It's not a option. I think if you're making videos on YouTube, you must be a perfect person, and you shouldn't leave anything to chance. So I would suggest to limit your videos to 6 or 7 videos a year, and not no less or no more. 6 or 7, and or alternatively 67, 6, 7 every decade, um, which is even better. I think that's less than Oh, wait, no, that's the same. Never mind. Okay. Well, anyway, I just want to make this video because I have tons and tons of so many people screaming and yelling and crying at me. And I've had so many families literally broken apart and, people divorced each other and they stopped talking to each other because I didn't upload a video. And so I can't make videos that often because if I did, then they wouldn't be polished, they wouldn't be perfect, and they wouldn't make any sense, right? And everything has to make sense. Everything has to have a purpose, and everything has to have a script and have a narrative, and it needs to be researched, and there needs to be a lot of charts and graphs and backstories and cutaways. I need to I need to edit it for years and years, um, so that everyone and all the presidents and all the leaders and the business CEOs, they come to me. I mean, that's why I'm so poor. It's because so many people, especially in business and CEOs especially, come to me. Like, I just had a meeting with, I won't tell you who, but they're very, very, very important CEOs from the most important companies in the whole company portfolio, in the investing world and everything else, because they come to me and the only reason they even are CEOs at all is because they watch my videos and they say, oh, Cornisha has a new video, I have to watch it or else I won't be able to run my business and everything will fall apart. So that's what I mean. That's a lot. It's a lot, and it's a lot of there's so much pressure. It's so much pressure. I can't do. I can't. There's so much pressure you don't understand. Oh God, this is so embarrassing. Oh God. Oh no. Anyway, let's not get emotional here. That's really unbecoming. Emotion is for losers. It's for people who want sympathy. I don't want sympathy. I don't need it because I'm the most important person on earth. Just look at my subscribers. Look at all the comments and the likes I get. They're better than everybody else's ever in the history of anything. So, anyway, anyway. No, I'm not sorry. I'm right. So, remember, this is very important. Everything has to be perfect. In your life, you have to do everything perfectly. You can't make any mistakes ever. Never ever make a mistake. It's the most important thing you can do as a human is don't make any mistakes. Don't make any excuses like I can't read people's minds. I can't, lift. How do you think they made the pyramid? Because they had a person who just made the pyramid. He got a bunch of stones and then he made the pyramid in like 2 seconds because they all had telepathy back then. We all do still now. So just read people's minds, know what they want, don't ever do everything right, and really edit your videos. Edit them a lot. Make sure there's no filler. Don't just keep rambling on and on about stupid nonsense, right? Because in my videos everything's very succinct. There's a narrative and there's always I don't ramble on about nonsense, right? I never would. I mean, I just don't do that, right? I'm just perfect. So you should be perfect too. You should not make mistakes. And you definitely shouldn't put something out unless it looks good and it sounds good, and there's a microphone on, you have a bunch of microphones, and there's a ring light, and there's a lot of cutaways, right? And yeah, just 6 or 7 a year, or 67 a decade. That's it. No more, no less. And it's 6 7 because it's the only number that's not funny. It's not a funny number. Well, there's also 69. That's a nice number. Kind of a nice number. And 420 is a kind of, it sounds like a birthday number. Yeah, a nice birthday number. Or a nice number for taking a relaxing break. So, anyway, thanks for listening, and I'm glad you watched, because now you know how to make a perfect video and how many you should make. And so please understand, I hear you. I hear all the comments and the likes and everything and the subscriptions. I hear them. I can read all of them, and I know what you're going to say before you even say it. So just relax. Don't worry. I'm going to always be here, and I'm not going to do anything wrong, and you're not going to do anything wrong anymore because I told you not to. So, but I didn't have to do that. So you would have known if you already knew, because you can read my mind, you can read each other's mind. Anyway, that's it. So that's all. Now you know how to be perfect. So that's it. You can go away now. Please go. I have to edit this video. Are you going to leave? I thought you had something important to do. Look, I have to edit the video. Please go away. It has to have a lot of cuts in it. There's a lot of filler I didn't mean to put in. So please, go away now. Go away. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I know you think I'm being dramatic, but I'm not being dramatic. Just go away, please. Please go away. I have my manager right there in the corner. He's staring at me. He has glowing eyes, and he's green. And he's made of grass and patches of wool from the nearby lamb shop. So, uh-oh. Yeah, I gotta get to editing, so see you later. And don't forget to do something. I forgot what it was, but probably do the thing that makes you do the thing better. Yeah, whatever that might be. Okay.